Alright, reply video to the Jordan guy on this whole suicide stuff. So let's do some more. I mean, I really like this guy, but he's being intellectually dishonest here. This is not atheist consistent rhetoric. And so look, I'll just tell, look, if you're a YouTube guy and you're going to try to take this video down, I'm entitled to express my opinion on this subject, okay?
First, I don't know how the hell your video got deleted. I didn't. I'm always for free speech, and you can see a mix of good and positive and negative comments on my board to that effect. So.
Oh, look, I wasn't talking to you. Is your name YouTube guy? I was talking to a YouTube person, somebody who'd be looking at my video and saying, we're going to remove this video. That's who I was talking to. I wasn't talking about you or your policies or your anything. All right, that part of the video didn't have anything to do with you. So damn it.
Oh, I don't know why you're confused about that.
Yeah, I don't know why you're confused, okay? Yeah, I pointed a link to the video that was removed. I didn't say you removed it. So fuck. You're confused.
You suggest my video is mushy, patronizing, disconnected from reality.
His video is just such patronizing mush.
Sure. It would be if it was the only thing I had to say in the subject. But I said, and even wrote in the comment section on the side of the video, that wasn't the N-word on the subject.
It's not about the end word, okay? It's about your rhetoric towards this other guy's video that raised these legitimate questions. You made it sound like his video was some sort of endorsement of suicide, which it wasn't, okay? He was just making the logical argument that there's an implication to being an atheist. If you're going to be an atheist, you have to take accountability for that, logically. And logically, the accountability is that, yes, you can't just wash away the fact that this is an imperfect, very fucked up world you're living in, okay? There's the values, there's no guarantee of anything, all right? There's no fairness built into the system. This is really a broken fucking reality. Unless a God did it on purpose and has a secret plan, that he's going to let us in on in the old heaven place, just looking at this, okay? Just observing it, all right, in a rational context, it is broken, okay? It's not working very good, all right? And that's all he was saying. He was throwing the question to you, fucker, and you took the question and turned it into some sort of, like, this guy's just talking evil shit, and he's trying to get people to commit suicide. And that wasn't the truth.
It wasn't my philosophical discourse on why you shouldn't commit suicide. It was more just a plea to those who are in no rational position to commit suicide.
Yeah, that's an interesting comment, though. How do you decide who is not in a rational position to commit suicide? And is the way you find out who is in a rational position is to have them call some 1-800 number who is devoted to no other purpose. They're not devoted to figuring out whether the person is competent and rational. No, they're devoted to one purpose. Okay, get the man addicted again. Get the man back in the game. God damn it. We can't have this rejection of life. No, no, no. We must have, everybody must support the life game, the life mission. We all must be for this event, this process. This game must go on. We must keep every one of these people in the game. I mean, even though we watch people die over 50 cents around the world, we must force the person who really doesn't want to live to live. I mean, that's what they're devoted to. So you told them, here's my great advice. Let's go find out whether you're rational by have you talking to some Pollyanna jackass, all right, who doesn't know shit about reality or life or anything else, has no capacity to judge whether somebody's rational or not, isn't going to ask them a question like, well, do you know the world is round? Do you know that human beings feel? I mean, what are they going to ask? How are they going to detect this irrationality you speak of?
I guess with all of the normal reasons that you might argue for suicide, and they might stumble across Mike Capocciaro's video that says, you gotta eat up what I'm selling, or you might as well commit suicide. And there are some people who are actually in the state where they might actually consider what he's saying. And
well, yeah, you're saying it with kind of a laughing matter, but look, if somebody's going to consider what he's saying and say, oh, it never even occurred to me as an atheist, it never occurred to me that I should commit suicide as an atheist, I never thought about it. I mean, really, if people are putting that little thought into their life, then they probably shouldn't be here anyway, right? I mean, people that void of of a capacity to take some time to, even 5 minutes at time to figure out where they are and how they should live and what means something to them. If they haven't already answered those questions, then it really doesn't matter, right? I mean, they could be convinced by any lunatic that they run across anywhere of anything. And the bottom line still is, your advice to them was, go talk to these people who have no other agenda but brainwashing you back into the game. I mean, their agenda is not enabling you to make a rational decision and to be clear, to make sure your logic and your reasoning is clear. That's not their fucking objective. You didn't have them go talk to somebody who gives a shit about them actualizing their mission in life. You had them talk to somebody who, they're just reprogrammers, okay? You just said, here's the cult, go back to the cult.
Find Mike's option so displeasing that, maybe he's right. Maybe I should check out. And to those people who do, I say, that's too bad. That's too bad, but...
Yeah, well, see, and what do you say? That's too bad based on what? That's the part, you are going to eventually have to intellectualize. You're going to have to explain why it's too bad not to be full of enough desire, enough horniness or whatever the thing is, enough desire for another piece of cake. Because, really, realistically, this idea of satisfaction, you're never going to own it for more than a few minutes at a time. So you got to be back in the chase, right? So that's the part you're going to have to rationalize. Why would you say a person has to have that? Why do they need to be addicted to the heroin? Why do they need the cheese? If some rat is sitting in the maze and he says, nope, I don't want to chase it. I mean, what? Are you going to sit there and do, experiments on him and shove him full of chemicals until he chases the fucking cheese? Or are you just going to say, okay, you don't got to chase the cheese?
I care about the people that I love. I care about my fellow man. And so, obviously, you make a better argument than I do midway.
Yeah, well, you didn't even play a better argument. But anyway, I made a lot of better arguments you didn't play in your response. But anyway, the point is you're still pointing out that caring somehow has to do with stopping somebody from being the way they are and making them into something else. Okay? I mean, why don't you just help them make sure they're making the right decision rather than help them get reprogrammed back into the cult?
Through your response video on our responsibility to at least alleviate other sufferings.
I mean, it's just... Yeah, exactly. It's about suffering. And so how are you alleviating suffering by perpetuating it, in a sense, or forcing a cure? I mean, if they're satisfied with the disease and the death, why are you making them dissatisfied with that? If they're finally comfortable with just getting the fuck out of here and all they want is the obstacle is, just like the religious kook said, is fear, okay, or they still have enough desire, they still want to get laid one more time or some other bullshit. I mean, why not help them get themselves rationally around that corner instead of this, no, you must live, that's got to be your first priority, and we can inject you and we can give you and we can do this and we can do that and we can toothpicks in your eyes and we can make you want it again. Such rubbish. I mean, the irony is the religious guy apparently was a past atheist who figured out that, oh, everything sucks, so I guess I'll just believe in God because I'm a selfish asshole. I don't know what his whole history is. But anyway, he raised some relevant points. His arguments were kind of bogus, but it's still a relevant point. That, yeah, if you're an atheist and you really look at what life is, yeah, we're just consuming and reproducing little machines invented by a damn DNA molecule with just a hunk of fucking chemistry.
So if my video actually does go out to somebody and at least gives them some sort of hope or some sort of alternative, then, I think...
Hope for what? I mean, what is the alternative to what? Dying later of cancer or something else? Maybe, well, later you go into this, but I'll say it now. I mean, look, you talk like, oh, well, all these people are just reclamated and they go right back to loving life again. No, I'd say that a lot of them are still on the fucking street eating garbage. All right, that's where the refuse of the medical industrial complex is, okay? They go back on the street, they go back to the motel room, they go back to the alcoholism, they go back to the drug addictions, they go back to the other ways to kill the goddamn pain, all right? And, come on, get realistic. Let's move on.
I think it's worth it. I mean, your interpretation of biology itself is, I find, fairly crude.
Yeah, that's a funny word. I'll play my clip. But anyway, yeah, I like that. Fairly crude. It's my interpretation that's crude. The biology isn't crude, right? It isn't just a reproducing machine. That's not our atom, right? That's not the thing that invented us. That's not the thing that led to us. It wasn't just a reproducing machine. No, it was a little magical unicorn piece of biology, right? That was going on a wonderful mission to acquire, you know, some sort of altruism, or I'm going to be symbiotic. I'm going to work with other organisms to figure out a way to rip the skin off other animals. I mean, come on. It's fucking bullshit chemistry. All right? I didn't invent it. My interpretation isn't crude. The chemistry is fucking crude. Consumption and reproduction. You're goddamn going to be a doctor.